I have asked you 1,000 times. Please take a complete message.
Welcome. You've got mail. Welcome. You've got mail. Welcome. You've got mail.
I did my homework. I wasn't going to, but I did. So here's my list. I hate when you whistle. Also, when you sing the same phrase of a song over and over again, I don't need to know any more phrases, single phrases from songs I've never heard before. You don't even know you're doing it, and I don't care. It's more than annoying. I despise when you get mad about the cat wanting to play. We got a cat because you wanted a cat. I hate all fucking animals, so play with the fucking cat! I know, Ralph. No yelling. I won't yell. I detest that you don't know how to cook. I mean, I can't cook everything, and I know you don't like to do the dishes, but the amount of time I spend cooking for us because I just don't feel comfortable with takeout right now. I mean, we don't know where that pizza delivery boy has been. And I know porn isn't real, but it's gotta be based on something. I loathe how you never wanna have sex when I wanna have sex. And I get it, relationships change and, you know, we're old now and settling into a comfort zone, but I miss the I wanna rip your clothes off stuff. And I won't apologize for my libido right now. I mean, sex is the only chance at relaxation I can get right now. And enough with that sex addict nonsense. I can enjoy an orgasm and not be addicted to sex. It's not like I'm gonna start hooking up with randos right now. I abhor that you get mad at me when I don't want to watch the same TV show that you want to watch. I know that our current system for choosing what to watch is not perfect, but getting furious with me about losing interest in rewatching Charmed is stupid. Oh, and the fact that you won't let me call you stupid. I am stupid constantly, but I can't keep walking on eggshells. Sometimes you do stupid stuff, and the fact that you won't let me call that out, and honestly, this is very difficult for me. And I have to be honest, there have not been many times in my life when there's been an excuse for someone who is worthy of or who deserved this sort of in-your-face brutal realness. And the fact that I'm even considering letting you pass this fragile little bubble that protects me from everybody is, but we're way past that now. I mean, we're here because when we moved in together, it was a completely different world. And now we're stuck in this bucket of anxiety where all we can do is get pissed off at each other because we are not the same person. Forced to eternally drive each other up the walls because there is no escaping this 900 square foot hamster cage. And that should frighten me. And I guess I shouldn't be doing this during therapy. Sorry, Ralph, but this is the longest I've ever dated or cohabitated with anybody, except for my family, and I got out of there as soon as I could. And I'm terrified that if we can't make this work, that if we can't play all the cards, that I'm never gonna be capable of loving anyone. And I'm not gonna say I love you all the time. And I'm not gonna be as affectionate as you might want. And you know it's hard for me to talk about my feelings. And I gotta be honest, I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. And I know I take things out on you, but isn't that what being supportive is? To take stuff out on each other and just get the fuck over it? And the fact that this even seems possible right now is ridiculous. I mean, you're ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as I am. And that's why I think we should get married.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. I know we haven't like seen or anything, but I wrote you this poem. It's really okay. I want to bring my tulips to your well. Anyway, my poem was anyway. Well. That was the band Modest anyway. Do you think I'm Dad, get out of my room! Jesus Christ, learn how to knock! No, I don't want any ZD. I'm busy! Anyway, listen, let's just cut to the chase. You're cute. I'm cute. We're both cute. So let's just cut the bullshit. I know we can't touch or anything, but we should date. I can send you recipes of things that taste good, and we can Zoom while we eat and watch movies and shit. And when this is all over, we can kiss and do the rest. But let's just do this. Let's fucking do this.
What's going on? What's wrong? Now I have to make my rounds and check seals, filthy penguins, and your best friends the dolphins. These bitches. They definitely hate me. Why don't you ever talk to them for me, huh? Huh? Oh, was that a good fish? Was that good? So, what's with all the dramatic? What's Sabrina? Huh? Is performing. You missed your audience. You missed the applause. Is that it? Well, here's some applause for you. Come on. Where's your applause for me? Oh, thank you. You're too kind. And to tell you the truth, I don't miss the applause or the shows. But it has been kind of creepy working here in ghost town mode, don't you think? I mean, I thought it'd be cool to be closed for a while, get some peace from the kids and their vomit and their mothers. I don't know. It's so lonely here. I practically miss them. Okay, right. I don't miss the mommy blogger stroller gang, but I miss my mom, my family. Grew up in New York, and it's not too good there. The numbers are horrifying. I wish I could go and be with them, help them somehow. Thank God for you. You're the reason I get up every day, and it's nice to feel needed, feel any kind of essential. And all my friends back home, oh, they are always so jealous when they find out I have the biggest quarantine circle because it includes my 7,000-pound killer whale best friend. They'd be jealous of me too. I worry about myself sometimes. Oh, this whole month, being alone in my apartment or alone here at the park, I'm unraveling big time. I miss hugs. I miss handshakes. I miss strangers. Sometimes every part of me feels so heavy. I can barely pull my mouth into a smile. I want my life back. I want to take off running. I want to jump the fences, There's nothing there on the other side. How could that not make me think of you? I owe you an apology. In a big way, huh? I've been here 5 years, right? And well, I've been really drinking that flavor, like company line. Look at this tank. I mean, the Blackfish people call it a bowl, a bathtub. And the right, your fluke is practically dragging the bottom of the pool right now. And I had to drive past them. I mean, my first day coming here with their signs, free Lolita, empty the tanks. And the first day I get here and I put on my brand new uniform and my brand new training whistle and my heart's in my throat. I'm so excited I could vomit because, I'm about to have my free willy dreams come true. And I come out on this platform and smacked in the face with that 100-degree wall of heat. I smell of dead fish and chlorine, and I see you. Just logging there at the surface, like you're dead, or worse, like you have nothing to live for. I'm not a marine biologist, I'm not a vet, but seeing you like that, giant apex predator just floating, baking in the Miami sun. I felt it. I knew. And at first I didn't say anything because, I was just a trainee. What did I know? I was new. And then one day I realized I'm not new. I'm complicit. It was too late. To say anything would have been hypocritical and certainly would have changed anything. I just would have been fired. I mean, I signed up for this. So I just buried that inconvenient guilt just deep down inside. And I decided to focus on the positive. Maybe your conditions weren't ideal, but you were safe. You were an ambassador to your species, and you inspired a whole new generation to care about wildlife and whales and conservation. And when I was a kid, I went to the aquarium and I saw the whales, and that day changed my life. And it brought me here. So yeah, maybe you'd swim circles instead of the straight lines you'd swim in the ocean, but your being here mattered to the bigger picture. I told myself you loved jumping and splashing and waving. You liked performing these tricks that we rebranded as behaviors. It's perfectly natural for a killer whale to jump 20 feet out of the ocean and catch a dead fish from a human's hand. I told myself we were both having a good time. That doesn't mean you were. Here I am, just losing my mind, After weeks of semi-isolation, I mean, weeks, you've been in this for 50 years, and it's longer than I've been alive. My brain can't handle that. And last night I had a bottle of wine, and I went down this YouTube rabbit hole, and I watched every video of you I could find. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a wreck. I felt it all so personally. You were my child being abducted. I know you still remember. I know you still sing for your family. You know you haven't seen them, or heard them since you were 4 years old and violently ripped away from the other side. They know where your mother is. They know who she is. She's the matriarch of your pod. She's the leader of your extended family. Which basically makes you a princess. And the people who figured this out, well, they're trying to build a retirement home. Netted off cove somewhere where you can be in the ocean, safe. You can feel the waves and the tides. You can hear the rhythm of the ocean inside your own voice echoing back against these concrete walls. Maybe possibly you could see your family again. I don't want to be your jail keeper. I like to believe that you think of me as a friend, or that you can sense somehow that I love you. I want to stay and make sure you're okay. I want to leave and make a point, but you wouldn't understand why I was gone, and it would kill me to think that I abandoned you. That's all I have. It's empty. It's not complete tonight. There's this tribe, the Lohne Nation up in the Pacific Northwest, where you're from, and well, they believe that the whales in those waters are their ancestors. Like, the whales in your pod are their spiritual non-human relatives, and so I believe you're a direct member of their family. They have a different name for you, though. It's not Lolita, that's your stage name, like Lady Gaga, I guess, but well, Lohne people used to call you Tokata. Last year they had this ceremony where they gave you a new name. It's after a name of the town from where you're from. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but I'm going to give it a try. Your name is Skali Chukten. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but why not? Do you hear it? And that's the name that they use when they're praying for you. And they're praying for you, and they're fighting to bring you home. And I don't know what I can do, but I'm gonna find a way to help them. You wanna go home, Skali Chukten? Well, you better keep practicing that song so you can sing it for your mother when you see her. She'll remember you. Every day she's been staring out on the horizon, waiting for you. You're right. You're right. I talked enough. That time I should have listened.
No, I don't feel like watching that. No, you know me. I love cheesy 80s slashers. I'm just not in the mood tonight. And we watched all the Evil Dead movies yesterday, so. Well, I don't have anything in mind. I just know I want to watch something scary, you know, like actually scary, like have trouble sleeping. Yeah, but on the bright side, though, you definitely feel less alone after a scary movie with all the lights off. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I started seeing an online therapist ever since Jeff went home, you know, just to talk to somebody. It is kind of weird. Yeah, I always feel like I'm talking over her, like she's talking over me, like exactly like we're doing right now. Yeah, it's pretty good though. I mean, even if we're not specifically talking about my anxieties or whatever, I mean, at least I feel like I'm doing something positive. Oh, you know, just whatever I've been doing to keep myself from getting all bored and neurotic. We talk about TV shows, YouTube. Actually, that's the reason I've been in the mood to watch something kind of scary. I kind of got sucked down this YouTube rabbit hole. Have you ever heard of lost media? Okay, literally just what it sounds like. It's all these like old TV show clips or like video clips that just kind of like disappeared. Yeah, I know, right? And it's like especially weird nowadays with the internet when you can't find something since like virtually everything is saved somewhere. It's like, how did you lose a video? Okay, so the first one that pulled me in is this thing called Cracks. The person who posted about it said all they could remember that it was from some like 80s kids TV show and that it was an animated segment. And that it's this like little girl who's sick in bed and the cracks on her wall start taking shapes of these animals until they take her on this little adventure until she meets this like horrifying creature called like the like crack monster or like crack master or something, but like still nobody knew where this video clip was from, and people were theorizing that it was maybe pulled or probably destroyed because it was causing all these kids mental trauma. Yeah. But so the first guy decides to get in contact with the production company or like the archive people or whoever for Sesame Street, and he learns that it's a segment that aired in 1977 and like the 970 something episode, but still they didn't have the video clip and they couldn't give him any other information, and he still didn't know like who made it or when and why it stopped airing. Yeah, I know, right? Like, why do they have to be all shady and cascade about a fucking Sesame Street episode? But wait, it gets weirder. One day at work, the guy randomly gets a fax saying, "We have the copy." Oh yeah, like some serious Men in Black shit, right? Like how can you not get sucked into this stuff? It's so cool. It's like a real life spy movie or like Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's so real. But so anyway, they say they'll send him the video clip, but on the condition that he won't send it to anybody or post it online. But basically, there's a bunch of different people all working together on this online lost media wiki, and they got in contact with a bunch of people that either worked for it, were contracted by Sesame Street, and they found out who made it, and then they posted it all online. Isn't that just so cool? And they never found out who sent that weird fax. It's like they just like disappeared into the shadows. It's like forbidden knowledge being unearthed. It's just so. Oh, you do? Oh, well, look at you, mister. I got a stable job over here. But listen, I want to talk to you more about this stuff. You know what? Let me go ahead and just send you some links so we can. Yeah, no problem, man. That's cool. I will let you get some sleep, and I will talk to you later.
Lisa, come on. I made your favorite Pillsbury Halloween cookies. I went to 9 different stores for them, but I got them. Not the ones with the pumpkins on them, but the ones with the ghosts. I know you prefer the bat over the ghost if they don't have the pumpkin, but this is all they had, and here we are. With Halloween cookies in May. They smell great. A little crispy. Okay, I burnt them a little bit, but I really had to pee, and I always forget they keep baking when you take them out of the oven. Okay, I burnt them, but they're holy mother of shit. These are totally not at all disgusting. See the things I do for you? 9 stores and burn my tongue. Do I hear Best Sister of the Year award? Oh, so get this. You know Connor and Jenny? They broke up. They were quarantined together, and then all of a sudden, Connor took a flight back to bumblefuck Utah, and Jenny's still with their mom. All the Insta pics, deleted. The ultimate test of a relationship, I guess, is being locked in the same house together for over a month. Plus, they were a total mess. They always fought. And Connor, boy oh boy, was he a huge flirt. One time, we all went to the St. A's Carnival, and we decided to go in the Gravitron. And he's like, bet I could get my hand to touch yours, right in front of Jenny. And it's not like I could have moved away, it's the Gravitron. I know you don't care, but those are all the updates I had for today. Not much going on when you're stuck inside. Everyone knows good drama thrives outside with others. The point is, Lisa, you have to come out at some point. I can't do this alone anymore. Mom is getting so nitpicky about every fucking thing. I don't know how much cleaner my room can get. I even started making my bed. Like, what? Me? Make my bed? I know it's good for, like, setting a routine or whatever, but I'm just like, you're gonna get back into it at the end of the day, and I'm the only one in my room seeing it, especially now, you know? And why do I even need a routine at this point? School's done. The world is upside down. We're in Jumanji level 6, verging on 7, and I can't do this alone. Oh, by the way, Mom is ordering eggplant parmesan for dinner from that restaurant you like, Luciano's, because that's where we would have gone after, you know. Okay, seriously, can you cut it out with this Elsa and Anna bullshit? Just open the door and we can talk. I know you're upset, but not walking down a runway or whatever doesn't mean you didn't earn this. You worked your ass off, Miss Civil Engineer. You'll be so successful, and you'll have a degree to show for your civil engineering job thing. All right, so I don't know what you actually do, but I'm sure you'll build planes or something? No? Nothing. You're gonna let me sound like an idiot. That's fine. Well, whatever your job entails, I know you're gonna be the best at it. And when the job market opens back up, all those civil engineer companies are gonna be knocking on your door, begging you to come work for them. They're gonna be like, Lisa, please, we need your invention of the Swiftluster to help us cure metal and build homes. Yeah, I really don't know what you do. So what? Are you just gonna stay in there forever? I think you're being selfish. We're all locked in here, not just you. We're all feeling like there's no point. And yeah, I feel so bad for you, Lisa, and I know it sucks. So I drove the almost 50 miles to find you those damn out-of-season cookies and nothing. I know, I burnt them, but I'm trying to make this day special. I had a banner made and set out in the front yard and everything. I set it up with our family and friends to do that drive-by honking thing to congratulate you. I told Mom to order the eggplant parm. I did that, me. And you won't even come out for a second? You won't even talk to me through this door. You're my sister. I need you. We only have each other because parents don't get it. They don't get what's so hard. They can only cry and say they wish there was something they could do. But this is how it is now. Walking around and only seeing half of a person's face. Do you think it's gonna be like this forever? I don't want to think like that, but I feel like it's impossible to not. The chin acne definitely doesn't let me forget. At least when I go out with a mask, no one knows. Not that I really go out, because what's there to do other than to go to the store and buy more food? I have never seen our fridge so full. I've definitely gained the quarantine 15. Oh, and online school, it's just so hard and it's not the same to me. Another year of this, maybe 2, this isn't how I want to finish. No one should have to. Sorry. I know it's graduation day. I mean, it's kind of funny. Well, not funny, ha ha, but like funny, interesting. You say you can't wait for it to be over and you wish it would just end and poof. Wish granted. I guess it really is true what they say. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. That was a reference to a Pussycat Doll song, in case you didn't catch my drift. Through the door. Now I really know how Anna felt. Hey, Lisa. Do you wanna? Okay. Bye.
If you go outside, you put yourself and others in danger, right? So naturally, I stay in. No one invites me out much anyway. My brother is saying he's made so many sacrifices, but he also just went to that party last week. The fuck the virus party. A modest 50 people. Like that's some sort of small number. I don't even know 50 people. I mean, it certainly feels that way now. For the last 3 months, I have locked myself up like it's the apocalypse, and I've barely even talked on the phone with anyone outside this house because I don't want to feel tempted to leave and have a good time. Listen, it's June. I understand wanting to go out. I would give anything to be able to drink outside this house again. But enough about me constantly doing the right thing. Although it would be nice to get some acknowledgement for once in my goddamn... So, at the party, you know, the one my brother went to like a dumbass, there was an ice luge and everything. Do you know what an ice luge is? It's a mini ice slide you pour drinks down, and on the other side, someone's disgusting mouth is open and ready for stupidity. Do you know how to clean an ice luge? You don't. It's disgusting. It was always disgusting, even before the most viral virus of our lifetime showed up. But now it's next level gross. Like, do these people want to get it or? Listen, I'm not saying I want them to get it. I don't understand why a doctor would go to a fuck the virus party. So I asked my brother if he believes in the virus or if he's some sort of conspiracy theorist. He laughed in my face. I fail to see the humor. But he said that, of course he believes in the virus. And in his words, he's being 1/10 as social as he usually is. His version of 1/10 is more than me at my most social. And I'm not even an introvert. I guess I just don't have that many friends. Which is fine, by the way, because I'm dealing with so much guilt for even thinking about going outside. Because sometimes it's like, what's the point of being careful when ice luge germs are making their way into my home anyway? And all the while, my brother does not feel a shred of remorse. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm staying inside. I'm being safe. But what happens in 2 weeks when everyone is still healthy? This isn't the first time my brother has gone to a party in protest of the lockdown. And every time, nothing has happened to him. So next week, when nothing comes of his careless actions again, I won't stay inside for nothing. My concern will be uncalled for and they'll make me feel crazy, and I don't like feeling crazy. Action needed to be taken against these partiers. So this was my last resort. I uploaded a video on TikTok of my brother's private Instagram story of him at that party. I told everyone where he worked, and the hospital received hundreds of emails from concerned members of this community. He was hashtag canceled, as you put it. Did I expect the video to go viral? No. Do I regret posting it? Hell no. Listen, this is my 3rd Zoom interview this week, and I know some people are trying to spin it like it's this ultimate betrayal, but I have to get my side out there. Yeah, I know. But if you hadn't posted it in the first place, the hospital wouldn't have found out. This will follow him for the rest of his life. Where will he get hired now? It's not my problem. I actually really don't care. Does that make me sound horrible? Maybe. Do I think this will ruin me and my family's relationship? Do I think? Of course. But like you said before, the video has 3 million likes. I don't need my family to like it because I'm right. And people are finally seeing that. And if they keep up these passive-aggressive texts to me, Landon won't be the only one I cancel. Shout out to my mom with the gambling addiction. Hope you're having fun in Atlantic City when we aren't even supposed to be leaving the state. I am not fucking around. I will expose everyone in my life. I'm alone anyway. I have nothing to lose. Try me.
Yeah, that one's pretty good, but have you ever heard of the Clockman? Okay, this one's really good. Okay, maybe the name is a little stupid, but just stick with me on this, right? Okay, so this probably started with like the greatest description ever. It was this guy who posted that he was looking for some like animated kids TV show, and it was this like little boy who's lying in bed, and there's this clock on the wall, and it's ticking, but it completely stops at midnight, and this man dressed in black with this like greenish, bluish skin crawls out of the what? Okay, fine, teal, whatever. This teal man dressed in black crawls out of the wall and kidnaps this boy before taking him on this like terrifying adventure and then returning him home in the morning. Isn't that so cool? What? No, it's not. Oh my God. I can't. This is totally an episode of Rick and Morty. Yeah, no, this one did get eventually found out. It's a little different. Okay, this one's like this little girl who makes a promise to a wizard, but then breaks her promise, and so he makes her sew stars as punishment. Yeah, definitely still creepy, but not quite that like Nightmare on Elm Street vibes I've been going for. No, there's some pretty freaky shit on here too. It's not all just kids shows. I mean, I'm on the computer for like, I don't know, most of the day. Well, I mean, what else am I supposed to do? It's not like anything's open around me. Ugh, and I hate going to the store. It makes me so anxious. Oh, no, I actually stopped talking to her. Yeah, the therapy wasn't really helping. It was kind of just like, what's new since our last session? And, like, oh, literally nothing. And, I wasn't getting worse, but I wasn't getting better. So I was kind of just like, why am I spending all this money when I don't have a job? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't need it right now. Yeah, I know. But listen, man, I don't know. I feel so fucking gross every time I leave the apartment. Like everything's just a reminder of how fucked up the world really is. No, it's not just reading all this lost media stuff. I'm also watching movies too. Just anything that kind of has that like similar vibe, that kind of like fever dream quality. I'm kind of like chasing that feeling. Feels, I don't know, more real in a way. Yeah, I've been trying to find more lost media stuff that gives me that feeling that like I'm not supposed to be looking at it, like some of the first posts I read about. But I don't know, I'm feeling so desensitized. You know how like Friday the 13th used to scare the crap out of you when you were 12, but then you grow up? Oh, come on, it did too. You slept with the bathroom light on when we went to bed. Okay, man, whatever you say, but you know what I mean. How like cheesy movies like that used to now. No, they have some lists of like the most disturbing lost media, but a lot of that is just like depressing, like video diaries of mass murderers or like people dying on live TV, which like, holy shit, who even wants to watch that? And then some stuff's just never going to show up because it's been so long. Like they have this one post that's all about the lost manuscript that the Marquis de Sade made in prison. Okay, 99% chance anything we don't already know about has been destroyed by now. So, yeah, I don't know. I want something that feels more real, you know? Ugh, okay, dude, will you chill? I'm fine. I'm not struggling. I'm bored. Okay, you know, you can get off my back now. Yes, and I will try to get some sleep too. Yeah, no, I know that's why. So I'll just talk to you later. Okay, bye.
Oh, I was beginning to think that I wasn't going to get a turn, being the seventh wheel and all. Truth or dare, truth or dare, truth or dare. Oh, I don't know. You know, I've been sitting here wondering what to pick for a while now, and I can't quite tell the difference between the two anymore. It's like repeating a word over and over until it's just a sound without a meaning. Blah or blah. But I've been watching all of you accept these demeaning dares, and it's funny. I've noticed something. Margaret, who was so quick to skip her turn, probably fearing that Desi's hand over hers might soon break her fingers if she chose to embarrass herself like Dennis did when he accepted the task of revealing that odd little birthmark, which I agree, it does seem to resemble the shape of the cockapelli, but is that a flute, or is it self-filleting? Was that the intended reveal, though? I'm sure that Ty enjoyed the sight of your juicy left cheek. Otherwise, why the sudden need for the pillow on his lap? Oh, no, leave it there. I wouldn't want you and I to get into another pissing match, although I know who would win. Regardless, I see you, Dennis, so desperate for attention. And Ty so eager to look. Desi so controlling and fearful of shame. Sid, you picked dare immediately. Why was that? Would you really have preferred to lick the bottom of Joe's shoe, risking contraction of God knows whatever mutation of the virus we're up to now? Is it 80, 100? Right, that's not the point. What I saw, what we all saw, was an act of desperation. Can you really be that afraid of being asked a simple question? Why? Oh, that's right. Ty's detective past makes him a human breathing lie detector. That checks out. Wouldn't want you two to stutter and reveal your most embarrassing moments every second Saturday of the month. Isn't that right, Ty? That's when the two of you... Oh, okay. Okay, everyone relax. Just calm down. Come on, really? Take a seat. Sit. Everybody sit. Come on, everybody else got a turn. Just because I'm not part of some couple doesn't mean that Sept doesn't get to play. I've had to listen to all of your sad excuses for dinner conversation, and now I've witnessed some of you make it crystal clear how much you'd like to rip your masks off and fuck like it wouldn't kill us otherwise. I know, it's late, and things have gotten queer in more ways than one. I'll bet that our hosts here are ready to retire and send us all up to the tarmac and wave goodbye, so... Shall we end with a bang? Joe? And Dennis? I must pick someone. Didn't I pick? Oh, no, that's right. I have to choose truth or dare. But they're the same. Your will to show off your ass is your truth, and your only legitimate physical asset. Your desperate act of concealment. Your silence. Joe's boring questions that are so devoid of risk and excitement, so safe that they wouldn't rouse me even if you stuck your thumb up my ass. Some of you fear being caught, while the rest of you scream to be seen. So let's do that. Let's get under the surface here. This is a game. It's meant to be played, not avoided. This one is for the whole lot of you. Truth and dare. Okay. If you don't see what I'm getting at yet, that's fine. If you need me to pick one, Dennis, I know that you're a stickler for the rules, so let's play by the rules, just so long as we all play. I choose dare. Right? Well, we all in? Yes? Good? Yes, good. I dare you, Margaret. I dare you, Desi. I dare you, Ty. I dare you, Sid. I dare you, Dennis. And I dare you, Joe, to turn off your avatars. Oh, come on. It's all been done before in close circles, and this gang, well, we're just the chummiest of them all, aren't we? I know that you don't use the avatar, Sid. Ty would see right through it, although I question if that's your actual voice. But you're off the hook. See, isn't this fun? And you too, Desi. Although I admit, when we first met, I thought, he's too good looking, really. He's a little snack. He must have selected that face. But why? Who would choose to keep those nose hairs? You obviously chose to keep your inherited face in the new world. Some of you have admitted before that you've only made slight modifications. Margaret. Nobody's eyes are purple, Margaret. Sorry, Mags. And everyone knows that Ty, up until 2 years ago, was slumming it in the ground districts with the rest of the A95s. Your mask doesn't have an avatar, does it? Well, not yet, but keep on saving, pal, and get ready to jump ship and live a whole new life. It's a real boon. Dennis did it. He was so mangled after his bout with a 30-something mutation. Well, you could hardly look at him. Joe was terrified. She was scared to bump into you in the dark, to hurt your little feelings, afraid to let out a blood-curdling scream. You remember, Joe? When you told me that you preferred to be blindfolded during sex, I could only assume that's how it had to be done with Scarface here. And I guess it just leaves you and me. But I know the answer to that too. I've known that face for a long time, and not just because I've been tying you up for years, pleasuring you long after Dennis upgraded his mask and programmed that handsome face back over his scars. Sit down. I swear to God, you morons, this game is just getting good, and now it's my turn. Oh, and there's so much more. And don't you all want to know how I really know Joe? Huh? I promise you, you don't know the real story. You look confused, but I wonder if... Well, I'll clear this up shortly. Joe will tell you that we met in a bar, and Sid will confirm they were both there that night, years ago, and in a way we did. But the truth is, we go way back. Life at ground level. We lived together for a while. Almost a decade, right? We got separated when you chose to be close to family when the pandemic first hit. And the quarantine was much longer than either of us expected, than any of us imagined, and you never could get home. Eventually, whatever we had just lost its grip. For you, anyway. Not for me, though. I held on. I knew that the only reason that we weren't spending the rest of our lives together was because of this fucking plague. I proved this, though. Huh? I proved it. I think you're beginning to understand now. Do you see that our connection, it's unbreakable. It has grip, baby. You got married and you still gravitated toward me. An acquaintance then, even, just with a different face. You met me again as Sept, but I wonder if this whole time you really, really knew who it was that you couldn't resist coming back to. Did you know, Joe? Were you just pretending with me? It's me, Joe. My Joe. It's always been me.
What I desire least is more chatter from the likes of any of you. counsel is no longer what I seek. One only looks to God for such guidance. And seeing as I have been chosen by him to lead, I have been chosen by him to be his proxy, his stand-in, his voice, if I may. You see, I am well aware of the whisperings and plottings that occurred in hushed murmurs and tapestry draped rooms, a plan to kill your king. I must say, to be compared to Caesar, as a leader, as a man, a man for whom I owe much adoration, you senators of old did give me justice. But to dream of my demise in a similar fashion as to his? Thoughtless. Naive. Not one of you considered my strength, my defiance, my control of death. So now I must prove it to you. The town 4 leagues east of our mighty walls, near the water. I visited there as a child. The currents were rough and separated me from further beauties I craved to see. I hunger for those sights once more, and you will see to it that my appetite is met. Build me a bridge. Ah, but unfortunately for the village citizens, there isn't the space. Like killing an insect with glass and light, or clapping it out with one's own might. I say we make a game of plays to take this town through sobs and brays, delays, a haze. Let's cause some craze. I want to take their breath away. Retrieve their stocks of salt and disrupt their wells. Small shards of shells will do. They shall begin to starve and thirst while we watch their uncertainty build. What could be more fun than to create such chaos? 1 fortnight from tonight's sunset, we will take it, and the body to the east will be mine. From this chair, I will sit with wine in hand, belly full to bursting. I will sit in this chair by that window there, facing towards my new conqueror. When the night turns black and the sky lacks light from the moon, I will sit here and watch the fires take light. From every corner, the pathetic village walls will be lit with flames. Heat rising, air floating up and away from peasant lungs, reaching to touch the hand of God. My hand. And when the sun rises, the crown will ride through the land and across the sea, like the prophets and gods before, and unlike any after. You will see my power, gasping in the disbelief that you ever thought to question it. And as you follow me across the waves, riding firm in your loyalty, back straight, shoulders spread, ears atune, I'll lead you to the next conquer, wherever that body may be.
Welcome. You've got mail. You've got pictures. File's done. Goodbye.
What do you think, Rose? Too much? Why are you looking at me like that? I don't have a treat for you. I need a haircut. These ends are out of control. Green brings out my eyes. With a red lip? Ugh! Why is this so freaking hard? I haven't seen or heard from her in months, and now she wants to talk? Not just talk, but Zoom. Why couldn't she have just said what she wanted to say? Right there in blue and white. Always leaving me guessing. My anxiety is through the roof. Like, is this a date, Rose? How would you know? I should have asked. She wouldn't have responded, but I should have asked. It's never good when she springs up like this. It's always pushed me further and further away. Not like I helped Rose. The closer she came, the more boundaries I put up. I had to. She's married. Not happily. She had all this going on. I mean, I couldn't put myself through that again. She made me laugh. That smile, my face hurt, my sides. There was an immediate knowing. There was this connection, and she's married, Rose. Free as a bird. I can't think like that. Why did I buy this? I look like an eggplant. Too much online shopping, not enough incoming. At least I'm saving on the commute. Yeah? I should just pick one already. It's not like she's gonna see my ass. Why do I care? Why did I agree? I deserve so much better than this tennis match. She doesn't get it. I had to put up those boundaries. It's not like I could just make my way into her life without a hiccup. She's not even out, Rose. She's scared, and I can't go through that again. I'm not anyone's friend. She's a grown woman. Why can't she just say what she means? She gets me so mad. And then all the talk about the kids. I mean, I want kids, but I don't know if I want those kids. I mean, I've never even met them. She was making plans, and I was making plans, and her hair, it smelled so good. And the way she talked, Rose, the way she talked, it was like nothing I'd ever heard before. She had this air about her. It was so intelligent, so arrogantly unconfident. It's like nothing I ever heard before. The timing was all wrong. The way she left me there, I couldn't process it fast enough. All I could do was sit there slack-jawed over my salad. I didn't have a chance to explain myself, explain my side, why I do the things that I do, why I had to take a step back, why I was scared. I'm so scared of her, Rose. Well, not of her, but feeling this way about her. She's so much influence. She's so important to me, and she's stuck there in a shame of a marriage for what? Security? She could learn to be more independent. I did. I felt like such an asshole. Like it was my fault. Like I wanted to save her from that life. I knew she needed to do it on her own, so I didn't fight it. I pulled away. And then every interaction after that was like a sharp blow. I thought we were done. And then that text. How 3 little words can mean so much and not enough. I miss you. How? Am I just a friend? Is that all we are now? The lines are so blurred. Time is just standing still. Oh shit, it's almost time. How do I look, Rose? All I want is someone willing to burn up a sun just to say they love me. seriously, every time. I'm gonna need something stronger.
Oh, hey man, how you? Oh, hey, how you doing? No, I'm fine. I was just sleeping. Okay, man. Well, it's not like I have a fucking schedule or things to do. I can fix my sleep cycle once I get a job again. I'm fine. But did you watch the video that I sent you, man? I don't know when did I send it to you. The one that did you watch? Oh, come on, man. You really gotta watch it, dude. It is so insane. What's that supposed to mean? All right, dude. Whatever. Can I just explain it to you? Okay. So basically, I think I found it. The ultimate creepiest lost media. It's this anime. Nobody even really knows what the name of it is. That's how obscure it is. People just refer to it as Go for a Punch because apparently that was the title attached to it on some illegal stream that somebody found. But okay, basically it's this group of girls, and they're all locked in a bathroom with no door or windows, and they have this whole philosophical conversation before deciding to kill themselves really violently. I mean, that just checks off so many boxes for me. I mean, philosophical themes, gore, super creepy atmosphere. Well, yeah, I mean, of course it's disturbing. It's a horror movie, no shit. Okay, dude. I mean, you're sounding fucking. Okay, well, maybe I need something scary because it's a break from this fucking nightmare that I'm current. Dude, what fucking people? It's not like I can just walk down the street and just walk into. Okay, no, man, no, I'm not gonna do that. Because maybe I don't want to see a goddamn therapist right now. You ever thought about that? Why are you trying to force me to? No, because I don't want to. That's why. Because it's gonna be stupid and awkward and I don't even need help with anything right now. Well, this is helping me. Finding this lost media stuff is helping me. I mean, no one's even found Go for a Punch yet, so it's like I'm a part of something. I'm doing something for the first time in half a year, and you're telling me it's a bad thing because why? Because all of a sudden you don't like horror movies? Okay, well then you better explain it to me, man, because a few months ago you had no problem watching creepy, scary movies with me, and what makes this any different? Oh, is it I'm not allowed to watch movies on my own? Is that what this is? Okay, well, you know what? Fuck you. If I'm such a chore to deal with, then don't call me anymore. You know what? I don't want to speak to you anymore, so just...
I'm still getting used to the sound of my voice. Strange how you can entirely oh, it's boiling today. I can feel it in my knees. Old marching band injury. I came out of a silence last week. I was at a silent retreat since March. They don't really give us the news, so all this, somewhat shocking. But I like the silence. How you can hear someone padding along a floor. It all becomes these guttural reverberations that you can sense in your body. Tingles in your fingertips. Well, that's the point, I guess, to feel the soul. They take your phone when you start. They take your phone. My phone is like a third arm. I own a small business. Greeting cards with fruit on the front. I have these ones with peaches, and it says, I appreciate you, and ain't got muffin on me. I'm honey. I guess. I did it all myself from start to finish. I illustrated, printed. I had an online store called Positivity. My logo was a smiling teacup with a top hat. I had always been more of a tea drinker, so I thought, cute, personalizing. I wasn't reinventing the wheel or anything, but I guess everyone was really depressed with the state of the world, and they just wanted a warm greeting card hug because it took off fast. So fast, I needed help with all these decisions. What am I trademarking? How do I speed this all up? Do I even broach the therapy cards I've been ruminating called, let's taco about it? And then there was Michael. I kind of gave up on getting married. I never really had a stance on the union of marriage. It was always something there like Subway ads or crosswords. I had been in a string of useless relationships, and I just felt like I had more fun alone, more control. Michael means one who's like God. At least that's what he told me when he picked me up at this dive bar on the Upper East Side. It was a cold, balmy night, nothing to do. My friends down the block call me up, ask if I want to get a drink. Says Jimmy's is open. I'm having a staring contest with my cat, Sylvia Cat, so I agree. I get there first, vodka soda in hand. I feel someone come up behind me. Michael. He leans in towards me, direct eye contact. Very uncomfortable, but also alluring. Michael means one who is like God, he states. I mean, I should have ran, right? I should have hightailed it right out of there, but I was intrigued. He stole my snow hat. After a drink or two, he proceeds to tell me fun facts about New York City. My friends showed, and we pulled away from him, creating our own network. So, as I was leaving, he steals my hat, running down the street like a crazed loon with a snow hat. It was a very expensive snow hat, mind you. He gets close enough again to say, if you want your hat back, you'll have to see me again. I reluctantly bellow my number at him, and he rushes off with the hat without a beat. Who does that? I should probably mention this was the night before Valentine's Day. The next day, I got 4 messages from him. He's in a pharmacy taking selfies with chocolate, those flowers of undetermined origin, a plushie, all in the vein of, if you would just come get your hat back, all this could be yours with your very own God, Michael, one who is like God. So I go out with him. He's very charming. He pulls out your chair, you sit across from him. It's like there's no one else there. At least you're pretty certain. We went to a wine bar. When you get to the retreat, they take your phone. I didn't bring a laptop. I was only allowed a single journal to etch down my thoughts for meditation. We would meditate daily for 6 hours. We weren't allowed a camera or were anything appealing to the opposite sex. There's a men's side and a women's side. I am having major summer camp flashbacks while wearing whooshing tunics that resemble potato sacks. No makeup, nothing distracting. We are on a journey to meet our souls, our one and only. There'll be no distraction. Oh, and you can't read either. It starts out feeling very lonely. You want to call everyone, anyone. You would even pay $100 to exchange witticisms with your 3rd grade science teacher. It feels so hard. On the 3rd day, you're creating elaborate heists to get your phone back. Your mind has become a game of mousetrap. And then suddenly, without warning, on the 5th day, you don't care. You move past worrying that putting pause on a growing company could be the worst decision you ever made. You no longer fear for those you left behind, and you start to feel your backbone more. For me, that's what happened to me. I started to feel every vertebrae in my spine as if it was lifting from my physical self. And then you begin to feel slowly, very slowly enter a state of peace. I spent 4 hours watching a squirrel. I hadn't realized I had been there for 4 hours. Time no longer matters. We don't watch the world. We don't see the news. We just exist in our summer camp, boys and girls sides. We are allowed for the first time since we emerged from the womb to truly be what we want, what we desire without the parameters of sex, success, time. We just are. Michael and I coupled up very quickly. On our 3rd date, when he told me I should be his girlfriend, I said yes. Yes, of course. I didn't even think we were going to have a conversation about it. He had already answered his own question. Yes, of course. We moved in, essentially. I once worried he was homeless because he was always over mine. He gave up his apartment 2 months later when the lease was up. I figured this is what people meant when they talked about a whirlwind courtship. I was now that girl that you heard someone hopefully talking about while getting dressed at the gym. You know, when that person has gone through their 6th awful relationship, their friend always has this motivational moment where they say, but listen to what happened to my friend Emerson. A man came along, he stole her hat, they moved in together, they're perfect. You can have that too. We were perfect. So much energy and ego go into our speech. We can be hurtful with words. We retreat into our words. They protect us. Imagine if you didn't have your words, if it was just you and me in our silence. Imagine if we could live without opinions or speech. Michael and I have been living together for 9 months when he proposed. He really surprised me. Oh, his name is Michael, not Mikey, not Mike. Hates that. Doesn't like to shorten anything. It was so beautiful. So simple. I had been out all day taking meetings with potential buyers. It was something I was really taking under consideration. The company was outgrowing me. Now that I had this new relationship, I thought, nesting could be good. Build some money, put some away. I was thinking about us. There's always this transitional period where you go from the me to the we. You become that person that you made fun of from your single bat cave. And almost like childbirth, you forget so you can go back to having another baby. You let your body forget this extraordinary torture it took to get this one really good thing. We do that a lot, don't we? Forget the pain for that one really good thing. The apartment was filled with rose petals, candles, very cliche romance novel fare, but I was here for it. He gently got down on one knee and read me this anacrostic poem, The Letters of My Name. Everything meaningful in my life lives with you. Every day will be better than the last. Rest in my heart so we may always know our joy. Never leave no matter what you find out. And he capped it off with, marry me. It was very silly. He picked me up. He twirled me. Again, feel free to vomit. Oh. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm good. I'm good. Where was I? Yes. We got engaged. The ring was an emerald. He knew I didn't like diamonds. It was perfect. My namesake Ralphie Emerson said, real action is in the silent moments. My mother loved his poetry. Shortly after the proposal, Michael changed. He started to be quiet more. Not quiet in the way where you say, one day we'll be happy to live in our silence together. But in the way where he wasn't saying thoughts. I could tell he was having a conversation in his head and how he was going to have it with me. So one day, I nestled in next to him. I put his hair behind his ear. I knew he would like that would make him calm. Tell me. That's all I said. And he just started crying. His shirt was wet with all these, my shirt was wet with all these tears. And then he just got up and just started pacing frantically. He was grabbing the back of his neck. It wasn't normal. I started to get scared, but I calmed myself. I said, this is Michael. We all have our moments. Without speaking, he walked out of the apartment. It's very important during the retreat that you're on time. They regard punctuality as a symbol that you are committed to trust and discover who you are. I was struggling to find a buyer. All these companies I met with wanted to turn this into some dime a dozen card business, and I couldn't bring myself. So I decided I would double down and make this into the indie company it deserved to be. I spent more time working and less time noticing much of anything. I was at the phone at midnight sometimes, just trying to get the next rung of what I believed needed to be done for me to be happy. I never noticed the change in him. Michael was around less and less. He was tired. One night I got mad at him for leaving the toilet seat up. It had nothing to do with him. I was just exhausted. He pushed me into the closet. I don't think he meant to do it so hard. I think he was just frustrated, but This began a pattern. Little physical outbursts. Tell me. One night, I asked him to take out the recycling. This was early March. I followed him into the hallway. I negged him. He pushed me. I tripped backwards down the hallway stairs. I only went one flight, but that was enough. That was enough. I packed a bag, and I rented a car, and I started driving. I had no idea where I was going. I saw a monastery. I remember it from when I was a child. My parents bought wine from them in college. And as I pulled into the driveway, I saw this painted on a rock. Breathe and smile. I pulled in and I found my retreat. I found exactly what I needed. Silence. When they handed me my phone last week, I had 362 voice messages. 87. 87 were from Michael and 3 from my dry cleaners. I sat in my car and silently listened to each and every one of them. Most of them were work related. Vendors yelling at me. The last one was from Michael's mother. I had never met her. We moved so quickly through our courtship that it was on a list of things to do. We were going to get there. It turns out that Michael had died. She had found him in our apartment 2 weeks ago. I had missed the entire service. Given everything, they wanted to do it quickly, quietly. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer sometime in February. He was trying to find a way to tell me. And I left. I left to be silent. Don't get me wrong. His sickness does not make the violence okay. It never has. But I wasn't there. When I got out of silence, I stopped at a grocery store to use the bathroom. I got yelled at for not wearing a mask. There were all these people silently shopping, faces covered. It's then when I realized everything that had happened. This energy had shifted and I wasn't there. Got back home. The living room was pristine. I guess his mother must have came in and cleaned up after. I shuffled up to my desk. Piles of art supplies sitting, waiting for me. Now I'm here. On my couch, nestled between my yesterday and the now. Sitting in my loft. My phone keeps ringing. I silence it. I go to sleep. I wake up. I close my eyes again. But now I'm here. A week later, I'm ready. I'm ready to. You know what? I thought I was ready to talk to you, but I think I'd rather just stop talking now. if that's okay. Why don't we let us be silent so that we may hear the whisper of God?